Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that we went over this on Friday's live stream, but I have to give you an update because it seems that things are getting a bit worse. And I have to show you something here towards the middle to the end of this video to explain to you what a limit stop is. So a limit stop is when the stock market stops trading a certain stock or commodity because it is going up in price so fast. So stand by because I want to show you this. Very interesting that this has been happening for the last few days in a row in relations to wheat. Food crisis is about to get worse after China says that their winter wheat condition could be the worst in history. We have been reporting about this for the last 6 months to maybe close to a year, ladies and gentlemen, that China has had such wet conditions and bad conditions for growing in their country that they were not going to be able to harvest nearly as much wheat and other grains as they need in order to sustain themselves. This is why they have been buying up more than half of the world's grain in the last year and a half. What does this mean? It means that wheat, although it has gotten considerably expensive, is going to continue to get even more expensive as time goes on. The market is telling us this. It's a lead indicator. Go get what you need now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not doing this to scare you. I'm doing this to prepare you so that you can go out there and prepare for yourselves. Because if you wait to get your wheat products, if you wait to get your preps, almost everything that we eat has some form of wheat in it or another, or some form of corn in it or another, or soybean. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so everything is going to continue to go up in price. These here are leading indicators, meaning that those prices have not hit the shelves yet. And you can see how bad prices are getting, not only with gasoline, but pretty much with everything else. If you all remember me saying that the perfect storm is coming, this is turning out to be the perfect storm. Where not only are we having really bad geopolitical issues, but we're having very bad problems with the weather. We're having bad problems with oil. So all of these things combined, ladies and gentlemen, are going to make the perfect storm. And we will be the ones that pay the price. So take this as a warning. Make sure that you are prepared today. The condition of China's winter wheat crop could be the worst in history, the agriculture minister said on Saturday, raising concerns about grain supplies in the world's biggest wheat consumer, which is China. Speaking to reporters on the sidelines of the Chinese regime's annual political meeting, the Minister of Agriculture said that heavy rainfall last year delayed the planting of about 1/3 of the normal wheat acreage. A survey of the winter wheat crop taken before the start of winter found that the amount of first and second grade crop was down by more than 20% points, he said. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I already knew that China was having problems with their harvesting of last year's crops. I knew that was a fact when I read an article that said that China was buying wheat from Russia that was like contaminated, that was moldy, and that just wasn't very good quality. Why would they do that? Why? Because they're desperate. They want to get their hands on whatever they can get. And at the very minimum, that wheat that they're buying from Russia that's not of very good quality, they can use that and feed to their animals. So not only did I know that they were having problems last year because of the weather, but when I saw that article, it pretty much validated to me that that information that I had read previously was pretty much on point. He says, not long ago we went to the grassroots to do a survey, and many farming experts and technicians told us that the crop conditions this year could be the worst in history. You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? He said that the crop conditions this year could be the worst in history. This year's grain production indeed faces huge difficulties. As the Epoch Times noted, this minister's comments underscore concerns about China's grain supply at the same time as the war between Russia and Ukraine, which together account for about 30% of the global wheat export. This disrupted supply is causing wheat prices to surge to a 14-year high. And we're going to get to the actual chart of that here in a minute. It's actually a live chart. However, Tang is confident China can ensure a bumper harvest of summer grain thanks to strong policy and technical support and the improving crop conditions for the grain. Well, they can be confident, ladies and gentlemen, but they were confident last year as well. Fueled by the Ukraine crisis, wheat prices in China soared to a record high this week on existing domestic supply worries. They continue to say that Tang's comments also come as Beijing has refocused on food security, a long-standing priority for the central leadership that has become increasingly prominent in policy since the health crisis began in early 2020. And here they say that in their own reports, they're saying that their grain supplies are tight, and that to address the issue, the National Development and Reform Commissions said that China will ensure that grain acreage for the year stays above 117 million hectares, which comes out to about 290 million acres. China will also increase the production of soybeans and other oilseed crops. They continue to say that China's corn imports surged to a record last year amid soaring domestic prices and low inventories. And we all know about that they're stocking up on all sorts of grains from all over the world. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you what, China has a big problem on their hands because 1.4 billion people is a lot of people to try to keep happy. And if you're not well fed and you're hungry, you're not going to be happy. They say that China will stop any attempts to use cropland for any purpose other than agriculture, and specifically grain production, to safeguard the area of farmland and revitalize the seed industry at a faster pace. He also said that China will see that hog production is better regulated and ensure the production and supply of livestock, poultry, and aquatic products and vegetables. China's massive pig herd was decimated by a deadly swine fever disease last year. We all heard about that. And that China will quickly rebuild its pig herd to normal levels since then, according to the official data. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to go ahead and show you how it is that the wheat market is doing, because it is still skyrocketing day after day after day. So let's go ahead and change over to that screen. Now, if you all remember me talking to you on Friday about this and showing you this same chart here, you'll notice that I still have the same lines and the same writings that I had on Friday on here. So just to fill any of you in that maybe weren't here on Friday, from the beginning of the year, which is right around here, till the end of February, right? I put from January to March, but really it's from January to the end of February. The price of wheat in the futures market had gone up 23%. And then if we go from March 1st to the 4th of March, which was last Friday, it had gone up another 30%. And what happens in the markets, ladies and gentlemen, is there's a limit up or a limit stop on trading. So whenever a stock or a commodity goes up or down by like 7%, they stop trading so that the market can cool off, all right? Because they're afraid that if it's going up too high, that it'll just continue to shoot up. But it seems that trading for wheat is done right now. This has not moved in a while. And if I take a measurement from where it was on Friday, from where it closed on Friday, and you go all the way up to where they stopped it from trading today, you can see that is 7%. So it looks like as soon as the market opened, it shot up 7% and they stopped trading. What this tells me is that tomorrow when the market opens again, it's going to go back up another 7, just like it did today, because it did not have enough time or enough room to move today because of this limit stop they're putting on it. So it's not getting any better. If we take an account of what it's gone up from the beginning of this year till today, let me see if I can get it in the screen at least, right? See if I can at least get this in the screen. We go all the way up to today. We're looking at 72%, ladies and gentlemen. 72% increase in the wheat futures since the beginning of this year. Do you think things are going to get better? I hope that you're preparing, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I put out a video earlier today. If you haven't seen it, I know we have a lot of new community members in the Alaska Prepper community, and I know that a lot of people nowadays need to be able to prep inexpensively. So if you haven't checked out that video that I put out earlier today, go check it out. It just shows you how to put away dried grains away for a long time. All right, it'll be shelf stable for a really long time in a very inexpensive way where you don't have to get anything that's fancy. You know, it's just things that you have around your house or things that your friends can give you for free that you can use to put these things away. Having said that, I hope you have a great day. Remember to be good to each other. When good people do good things happen. Remember to reach one, teach one, and repeat. If we all did this, the world would be a better place, and you know that it will be a better place. Many blessings to all of you and your families. I'm Alaska Prepper. I am out.